making 10K a month is easy if you've been in business for a few years. I just relaunched my business because it's seasonal, and the first month we've already did 10K in sales, and that's just with me selling as well as my other friend, and then our other friend helping to fulfill the service. And the essentials that I've been focusing on to make this much money isn't that crazy at all. Like, I'm not working 90 hours a week, I'm not drinking every night to cope, or anything like that. Granted, I am working very hard, I'm going balls to the wall with this, but it's nothing that no one can't do, because we're playing a mental game with business. It all comes down to how we do the work. The first thing that I really did this year is split your business up into 3 or 4 main parts. What are the 4 essential parts of your business that without this you cannot run? So for me, it's sales, cleaning, customer service, and money management. That's the essentials that if we took out any of those, the business would be doing a lot worse. And we're doing a home cleaning service, but the first and most important thing for my business, as well as literally every other business on the face of this planet, on this universe, is sales. Your main focus should be having money coming in, because as long as there's a good amount of money coming in, you're making profit, you're netting some money, the business is not failing, it's doing good. Any failing business is only failing because it isn't making enough money. Have you ever seen a business fail when it's making millions in profit and netting a bunch of money too? That just doesn't happen. And in the beginning especially, you don't have any time, or you shouldn't be wasting your time on anything that isn't directly talking to a customer. Like, don't be doing ads or any pussy nerd shit in the beginning. Just focus on reaching out to customers or potential customers and just sell to them. Don't even worry about marketing or anything, because those are 2 completely separate things too. I'm pretty sure I talked about this on another video, but sales is getting the other person to buy. Marketing is getting into the other person's head and living in there rent-free until they then decide to come check out what you're selling, and then you still need to sell. Now, at first, I was actually pretty delusional. I thought sales was the only important part. Like, of course, it still is very important, but it's not the only important part that matters. And I was talking to my mentor a little while ago, and he woke me up to this. He was saying, Issa, sales are important, but if the job is done wrong, you've lost that customer for life. You've lost their referrals, their good review, their good word of mouth, and you've lost them buying ever again, just by you not doing the work right and not prioritizing that. So if I were to go 50-50 on anything, it would just be selling and then fulfilling the service. And I think that's really what it comes down to for any business, getting the sales and then fulfilling them. But the second last one is customer service. Essentially, if the customer is unhappy, they're still never gonna buy again. So after you do the job, or they get the product or whatever, you need to follow up with them at least once or maybe even twice if you're super serious about it. Like, hey, how's it going? I just wanna say thank you for buying. I'm wondering, does it still look good? Is it still working how I said it would? Etc. Things like this. And that's for after you sold them. Say they come back to you and they say that they're unhappy, which for us, we're selling a service, so I don't know, we're humans, we can make mistakes too. But the way I go about it is after they send something or they say something negative, you have to reply to them instantly. Because firstly, this keeps the convo between you and them. This doesn't let them go around saying whatever they want to whoever, leaving you bad reviews, bad word of mouth, etc. So firstly, reply instantly as soon as you see it. And the way I go about it is, firstly, of course, I'm genuine. Like, hey miss, hey sir, I'm honestly so sorry about this. Like, this isn't what I wanted to happen. Hey, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll make it right for you. We'll do this as courtesy. In the meantime, where can I send a refund to? And now you're just giving them all of this stuff back. Like, hey, I'm so sorry. We're going to make it better for you. And they kind of get taken back. They're like, whoa, you don't have to do all of this. But you kind of do, because they paid you money. So you want to just make it good for them. But that's how I go about essentially dealing with the unhappy customer. And then, of course, you stick to your word and you fulfill in all of those things. And then with the last one, it's managing money. To be honest, I can do this better. Last year, I did this pretty well. And I'm just going to go back to that system where it's essentially I have spreadsheets. I keep track of how many sales each person is making each day of the week. And then also keep track of how many homes and which homes are being cleaned each day of the week. And then at the end, having a set amount that I'm going to pay everyone. Because right now, the way that it's going is I just have everything on my phone, which is pretty risky and pretty stupid. So that's one thing that I can do better on and that I will do better on. And then for how I go about doing the actual work, I literally work a lot. Some days from 10, 11, all the way to 5, 6, 7 p.m. I'm just out knocking on doors, going to customers' homes, helping clean, helping do whatever, answering calls, messaging back and forth. I'm always working. And you need to be too, especially in the beginning. Like if you aren't putting in these incredibly long hours and you aren't getting the results, you can't be disappointed. Like this is how it is in the beginning. It's hard to get started, but then after a few years of you being in the industry, just working and actually being established, that's when it gets easier, and that's when you can do the 3-4 hour days. But even at that point, once you get to that point, you still won't want to do it because you just love what you're doing. And I don't know, for me, it's just, I just enjoy work. So it's easy for me. And once you get to that point too, you'll start realizing that, you know what, I just want to work. Like a main thing that kills people's businesses off the beginning is when they start, they don't put in as much of the work again, but they expect such big results, and don't do that in the beginning. It's going to take you at least a year of learning before you actually start making any money. And if you make money before that first year, just consider that free money. Just consider that you getting paid for learning, because that's literally all it is. And I'll make another video about this another time, going more in depth. One thing is though, a lot of people, they don't have the right skills to go into business or do what they really want to do. So then when they do start, they get really upset when they don't see the results. So back to the thing, you need to just keep on learning, keep on improving. Do not expect any results for at least 1 year. After a year, if you're not getting any results, start tweaking some things, or maybe even just change industries after that. But some people, they just beat themselves up for not doing that well because, I don't know, they were promised by some YouTubers, some entrepreneurs, some maybe even their bosses, them saying, okay, yeah, you'll make a bunch of money this quick, and then they get disappointed when they don't. And it's like, no, it's not like that. As long as you put in the work for an extended period of time, you're going to get the results. I've never seen anyone work extremely hard for an extremely long period of time and not get what they were going for. It never happens. And the fact that you've started is honestly super sweet. After you start, you just need to keep getting the know-how. And that's what I spend the rest of my time doing when I'm not really working. I spend it on learning. Honestly, for me, I read a bunch of books. Here, let me show you my... Here, let me show you this too. Here, these are all my books. Well, this side is kind of just business folders, but all of these are my books. I don't even know if I'm going to put this part in, but oh well, I guess you got to see the book collection. But yeah, I read a lot. And second to that, I watch a bunch of YouTube videos, kind of like what you're doing right now. Those are pretty much the two main ways that I learned. And the third way that has honestly just been a cheat code for me is having a mentor. Try and find someone in real life if you can, who is in the same space that you want to get into or that you are in, who is a bunch of steps ahead of you, and just talk with them every now and then. Just ask some questions, get some know-how. Because one thing is too, especially the successful people, we just want to help. We just want to give, especially to younger people or people who are just starting out, we just want to help them out and, I don't know, show them the way. I don't know what it is. Every successful person that I met is like this, maybe a few exceptions, but just get in front of someone, just say to them, hey, you're in the know-how of what I want to do. Is it okay if every now and then I can ask you some questions on how I can do better at this? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. They're going to give you the number. Just text them every now and then, call, and along the way, give them gifts, give them value too. That's the way I went about it. My mentor, he was my old sales manager, and at the end of my time working there, I just said to him, hey, you're in the know-how of what I want to do. I'd be oh so grateful if every now and then I could just call you, text you, and ask you some questions on how to do better. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And I don't know, we've been friends for like 3-ish. Has it been 3? I think it's been like 3 years now. So it's pretty sweet. And he's pretty sweet too. So, but try and find someone in real life. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. Next thing I tell you to do is go online, either find some mentors on YouTube, try and join their communities, see if you can talk with them one-on-one, because that's honestly the best way that you can get personal help too. The goal is just to have access to talk to some people. Like the one that I'll recommend you is my Discord server. You can come in, message me, message everyone else in there, and I don't know, we all help out each other, so that would be pretty sweet too. And that's essentially what's made me my first 10K in revenue this month, or like this season so far. And yeah, we just started out a month, maybe a few days before that, I don't know. But this is what's made us all of the money so far. Focusing on our sales, then focusing on making the customer super, super happy, keeping track of everything important like the money and the customer service, as well as after that part, you just need to go balls to the wall with your work. All you need to do is work. And then when you're not working, just learn. Learn on how to work better, how to work smarter, things like this. And I know it sounds a little bit crazy. I know at the beginning I said it's nothing crazy, but it might sound crazy. If you're not going for the whole work-life balance pussy stuff, this is how you go about it. Because the thing is, well, I'll make another video about this more in depth. Just focus on your goal. Focus on getting what you want and just go balls to the wall with that. So this is essentially how I went about getting all my results so far for this season. And I'm sure it'll help you out in some way, whether you're starting a business, you are in business, sales, or just in life or anything in general. I'm sure this can help you out too. And I guess with everything being said, thank you for watching the video. I genuinely appreciate you for that. So enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.